This is Grand Harbour, Valletta, in the island of Malta, one of the world's finest harbours, a harbour which has been fought over by many nations for many years. And there, tucked between two luxurious super yachts, is the SV Tenacious, a three-masted barque belonging to the Jubilee Sailing Trust. This is the story of Voyage 397. February 14, her volunteer crew escaped the English weather, turned up for our voyage to Sicily and back. Unfortunately, strong headwinds stopped us leaving the harbour for a day or two, so we were forced to spend the night sampling the bars and restaurants around Victoria's Quay. This delay, though, gave us a good opportunity to try out climbing the masts and yards. Finally, though, time to get ready for sea. It's a tight fit though, plenty of paintwork not to be scratched over there. With the shore crew back on board, time to get out to sea. Once we're clear of the harbour, some of us go up aloft to set the sails. For these lower yards, we have to undo the gaskets which keep the sails tight to the yard. The upper yards are on rollers, so we don't have to go up and undo the gaskets. We just have to go up and unjam them instead. Now at last we're at sea and sailing. Not a lot of wind now, and we're not getting anywhere fast. Slowly we make our way towards Sicily. We sail through the night, a still, beautiful moonlit night, and when morning comes, we find we're in fog. But through the mist, we begin to see the beautiful golden city of Syracuse. Here's the pilot coming on board, ready to take us into the great natural harbour where Greeks, Romans and Carthaginians fought out their ancient battles. There can't be many prettier quaysides than this. All this beauty provokes a bit of a dispute amongst the West Country folk. Which is the finest county in the West Country?
I would say we have the best china clay in the world.
Best what, sorry?
China clay in the world.
That comes from China.
Yeah, well, you need clay in toothpaste, you need clay in cosmetics, you need clay in an awful lot of things.
That's a natural resource.
Yes, I said what you export.
However, that's
solely responsible for a lot of ASBOs.
Especially in Scotland. Yes.
But the good ladies of Syracuse are not going to be outdone. They want to tell us how lovely their city is. Luckily, we've got Emilio with us to translate.
Dried herbs and smoked.
La Sicilia è verde.
outside even.
Giallo, tutto brullo.
Fortunately, one of them can speak English, and she takes us on an excellent guided tour of Syracuse.
And it's also a unique example of a temple.
In the city square is this cathedral, which is actually a Greek temple. Mussolini in his wisdom rebuilt part of Syracuse. This fountain is part of the area that he changed. Fortunately, there was very little damage done to Syracuse during the war, unless you count the bits that Mussolini improved. This is Arethusa's well. It's a massive freshwater spring right next to the sea. This is where Nelson watered his ships before the Battle of the Nile. By the end of our tour it's grown dark, and one by one all the ladies seem to have strangely disappeared into the bars and restaurants of the city. We find our way back though, because those masts are not easy to miss. And we spend a quiet, pleasant night on the quayside watching the fishing boats come and go. Next morning we have assisted climbs. Natalie has a terror of heights, but she's decided to give it a go just the same.
Well,
The magic, not magic.
oh, you're going to heaven.
Now just repeat that for the next 50 times.
31 steps.
31, you've counted them, haven't you?
Counted them,
My goodness. OCD.
I like the boots.
Okay, still here. Fine. Just for the camera, I was trying to keep the rope off of there.
Say that again, you were out of shot.
So just for the camera, I was trying to keep the rope back.
It's not easy, but she doesn't quit, and eventually she makes it.
Round the bloody
Yeah, you could do it.
Just make sure someone's poured that coffee for you.
Yeah, please.
How do you feel? Come on.
You're
How
not
was
allowed
it?
to
How
smoke
was it?
anymore, so you've got to have extra
Horrible.
caffeine.
Horrible.
It was easy, wasn't it?
It's not easy.
How do you feel now you're down?
How do you feel?
Good. Glad I've done it. I'm never going to do it again. Never.
Not till tomorrow.
I'll be dreaming about this. This will be the subject of my nightmares for years to come now, I
You
think.
never sleep.
Okay.
Thanks, Nat.
After the assisted climbs, some of us go and have a look at the Greek and Roman ruins at Neapolis, just outside Syracuse. This area, known as Paradise, was actually cut out by hand by Carthaginian prisoners who were locked up in here, and then to give them something to do, had to carve out the hole deeper and deeper, including this massive cave called Dionysus Ear.
Oh, that's your. So you found your light.
No, I found my flash.
You should have a light. Lighting yours.
I never did it like that. That's why
Eventually we find our way out. And then, late afternoon, we sail off through the night towards Riposte. As we sail past Mount Etna, we get a bit of a firework display as little red blobs fly across the sky. That isn't one, that's the moon, sorry, couldn't get any pictures. This is the talking compass, which enables people who are sight impaired to helm the ship. Unfortunately, it tells everybody if you're a bit off course. As dawn breaks, we begin to see Mount Etna on our port beam. And soon we're heading into Riposte. From Riposte, we take a bus trip up Mount Etna. It's a bleak place of ash and snow, and there are these huge holes, which if you're not careful will give you a one-way trip right into the middle of the mountain. So better go really slow, really careful, eh? Unless you're Callum.
Still warm?
Back to the ship. Time to set off home to Malta. Weather's turned a bit rough though. That's the entrance to Grand Harbour. The weather's too rough, the wind's too strong, we can't get in. So for an hour or two, we move back and forth, making our own entertainments. Finally, Captain Simon decides to go for it. And before we know it, we're in. And here we are again, avoiding those pretty super yachts. Finally, with a bit of help and pushing from the dotty boat and some superb seamanship, we're in and back home. Crew member Lynn Harris was busy throughout the voyage taking pictures of all and sundry. And here, for your delectation, is our motley crew.